Hello, Stuart Stars. This is your principal, Audra Goodman, coming to you with this week's Star Review. And this week, I wanted to talk to you about our weather here in Washington. It is extremely unpredictable. You just never know what you're going to get. One minute it's sunny and it's beautiful, and the next minute it is raining and it is cold and it is awful. We have definitely hit the winter months, and the weather is changing rapidly. There's moments where, like last week, it's super, super rainy. I know the week before it was very, very cold. So we do spend a lot of time talking to your kids about how to prepare for the weather and be ready for those things. And we would love your help at home too. First of all, one of the best and most helpful things you can do for your child is to layer them up. Layer clothes, t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, making sure they definitely bring a coat every day that is as water resistant as possible. That way they have options as they get hot and cold. Please also put your child's name inside of their clothing, especially their coat. We always check for it when we find them laying around, and then we get it back to them right away. Make sure they have good shoes, preferably rubber soles if possible, shoes that cover their feet, not like the Crocs with the holes in them, because their feet get soaking wet, and it also just causes a lot more accidents. Surfaces get really, really slick when it gets cold, or it gets slick when it's really wet and they're walking from outside to inside, so those shoes help. We also talk to your child about slowing down and not running because we don't want them to slip and fall and get hurt. Please make sure, if possible, you pack them extra socks and a whole new set of extra clothes, especially for our little ones, because even though we tell them, they're not always awesome about staying out of puddles or not getting wet on purpose, no matter how many reminders that we give. Fresh air is super important for kids, and even though sometimes we do have indoor recess, we avoid it at all stakes possible because there's just not enough room for them to get the movement they need, and the fresh air is just really good for their bodies, so we want to get them out when we can. I know that winter clothes can be expensive, and please know that we are here to help. If for whatever reason times are a little bit tough and you need a little bit of help getting your kid the shoes or the coat or the clothes that you need for them, please do not hesitate to talk to any adult in our building that you feel comfortable with, any staff member. We have the resources and we want to be there for you to help, because I know it can be tough, especially around the holiday seasons. All right, I'm going to switch gears now away from the weather. I'm going to talk about another super important set of reminders, which is about dismissal time. That is one of our busiest times of the whole day because everybody's going everywhere all at once. Our goal is to get you through that line as quick as we can, get you your kid, and get you home. So these are some things that will help, especially in the car pickup line. Please make sure when you drive through, pull all the way to the front. We will make sure your kid gets all the way up there. That will help us move cars along. Please have your car hanger up every single day. That is super helpful. Often Mrs. Fleisch is absent, and I know she's awesome and she recognizes everyone's cars, but if she is gone and we have someone that is filling in for her, they don't know your car, and it makes it go much quicker when she can look ahead and start pulling kids up faster to be ready to get in. Please stay in your car during that whole car time. We will help load your kid into your car. It just kind of slows things down, and it's harder to get everyone to pull up when people get out of the car. And we have an amazing staff. It is a true art form about how they get everybody through and all the kids home. It's amazing. So please be patient. They're so kind. Please be as nice and as positive with them as you can. They are trying to help, and they're trying to move it along as fast as they can. Now, if you are not going through car pickup and you're just coming to pick up your kid and you're parking in the neighborhood, please be respectful of our neighbors and make sure you're not parking in the yellow areas or that front swoop, because we have special transportation vehicles that pull up there to pick up kids, and so that's why we have that coned off. On campus, it's a district-wide policy, no riding scooters, bikes, anything wheeled on campus, especially if it's electronic, for safety. And also, please no pets unless it is a service animal. This is just for allergies and general safety. We want to keep pets off of campus. So thank you so much for helping us with that. All right, a few more things. Here is a couple quick tips that you can help your child with science. That is fun, and science is a fun thing to do. You can conduct lots of simple experiments at home with your kids with household objects. It could be when you're doing the dishes and you fill up the sink, and you can just say, what's going to float, what's going to sink, this fork or this plastic bowl. Cook with your kids, explain the difference in the ingredients. Take a walk, look around, talk about the things you see in nature, or plant something, grow a little plant, encourage your child to water and grow it and just pay attention. All these daily things you probably do anyway with your kids is science. Just talk about it. All right, dates to know for this week. The last day for your child to turn in food for our food drive is on Wednesday the 10th. We would love to help as many local families as possible. Every grade level had a different set of things we or we're encouraging them to bring. So ask your student what their grade level is bringing. It's a little competition. So we would love to get as much food as possible in by Wednesday. Also, there is a PTA meeting at 4 o'clock at Stewart on Thursday the 11th. And the butter braid orders for our fundraiser is due this Friday the 12th, and then you will receive those at gingerbread night. So some dates coming up to be aware of. We do have a Spirit Week coming up the 15th through the 19th. I'm going to talk to your kids about Spirit Week all week this week. It's always optional. I don't want it to be stressful for parents, but I will talk more about that next week. And then our gingerbread house night is from 5:30 to 7 on Thursday, December 18th, and we do need donations to make that night possible. We need graham crackers, icing, and lots of candy to decorate. Lots of varieties of candy would be great. You can turn in all of those things to school, either at the main office or give them to your kids, and we have boxes out and they can just put them in there. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you again soon. And remember, at Stewart, stars always rise.